Function of amplitude modulation. In AM, the carrier itself does not fluctuate in amplitude. Instead, the modulating data appears in the form of signal components at frequencies slightly higher and lower than that of the carrier. These components are called sidebands. The lower sidebands appears at frequencies below the carrier frequency. The upper sidebands appears at frequencies above the carrier frequency. The LSB and USB are essentially mirror image of each other in a graph of signal amplitude versus frequency, as shown in the illustration. The sideband power accounts for the variations in the overall amplitude of the signal. The application of amplitude modulation broadcasting. For example, mobile phones use a low-power radio signal to communicate with the mobile and public telephone networks. The mobile network base station also transmit and receive low-power radio signal to communicate with mobile phones. The health impact of this radio signal is assessed in two ways. Firstly, it is assessed in terms of the direct impact on the mobile phone user. Secondly, it is assessed in terms of the ambient impact of the radio frequency signals in the environment on the general public. Function of frequency modulation. The amount of change in frequency is determined by the amplitude of the modulating signal. As seen in figure, frequency of the carrier signal increases as the amplitude of the modulating signal rises while decreases as the amplitude of the modulating voltage drops down. When the amplitude of the modulating signal is zero, the carrier signal has frequency at its normal value, F0, called resting or center frequency. The amounts of frequency variation, frequency deviation or shift depend on the amplitude of the audio signal. Greater the audio signal, higher will be the frequency shift and vice versa. The application for frequency modulation. For example, satellite TV. Direct broadcast satellite television comes to the general public in two distinct flavors, analog and digital. This necessitates either having an analog satellite receiver or a digital satellite receiver. Analog satellite television is being replaced by digital satellite television, and the latter is becoming available in a better quality known as high-definition television. Satellite systems are attractive in rural areas and the other environments with insufficient or no deployed terrestrial infrastructure. Satellite television competes very well with HFC network in delivering broadcast video service. Function for phase modulation. Phase modulation is a change in the carrier phase angle. The phase angle cannot change without also affecting a change in frequency. Therefore, phase modulation is in reality a second form of frequency modulation. The application for phase modulation. For example, Bluetooth. Bluetooth has been around longer than NFC and has undergone many changes over the years. Initially, its primary use was to pair a mobile phone with a wireless headset, and that usage has grown to include the pairing of computers and even games consoles. Bluetooth is also showing up on different types of consumers' devices. Also, Some digital cameras have Bluetooth built in, so you can instantly send a photo to a smartphone or to your computer without having to plug in a cable. And some televisions, Blu-ray players, and other devices allow you to use your phone as a remote control.
This is my